Chairman Higgins, Chairman Bishop, Ranking Member Correa, Ranking Member Ivy, and members of the subcommittees. Thank you for inviting me here today to discuss GAO's work on the Department of Health and Human Services Office of Refugee Resettlement and its role in the care and release of unaccompanied children. In reports we issued in 2016 and 2020, we called on the agency to better ensure that those who provide care to unaccompanied children are qualified, to strengthen its oversight and monitoring of facilities housing these children, and to better track services that are provided to children after they're released to sponsors. HHS has made significant progress in addressing our recommendations, but as I will discuss today, more can be done to safeguard unaccompanied children. Every year, thousands of children enter the United States without a parent or guardian and without lawful immigration status. And the number of unaccompanied children has increased substantially over time, from about 14,000 in 2012 to around 119,000 in 2023. Many of these children have been exposed to trauma and violence, and they're at increased risk of becoming victims of child trafficking. The Office of Refugee Resettlement, or ORR, is the primary agency responsible for ensuring the safety and well-being of children that enter the country unaccompanied. ORR awards grants to providers that care for children in shelters, foster homes, treatment facilities, and other types of facilities until the children are placed with sponsors. Both state licensing agencies and ORR play a role in overseeing the facilities to ensure the health and safety of children in their care. Reports we issued in 2016 and 2020 identified several significant lapses in ORR's implementation of policies and procedures affecting the quality of care provided to these children. Since that time, ORR has taken action to address all 9 of our recommendations, and we've closed 5 recommendations as implemented. Specifically, with regard to ensuring that care providers are qualified to provide care, we found that ORR did not have up-to-date and accurate information about whether applicants were licensed, and as a result, awarded grants to providers who did not have a license to operate or who were unable to obtain one. We also found that ORR either did not have information or did not consider information that they did have about past allegations and concerns when awarding the grants, including concerns that providers were not meeting standards to protect the health and safety of children. As a result, grants were renewed even when there were significant outstanding child safety concerns uncovered during monitoring. We made 3 recommendations to address these gaps, and ORR has fully or partially addressed all 3. With regard to oversight and monitoring of facilities, we also found significant gaps. These ranged from providers not consistently notifying ORR about issues that could affect their state license, to ORR and state licensing agencies failing to share information about their activities and findings, which could hamper effective oversight. We made 4 recommendations to address these deficiencies, and ORR has taken action on all 4 and fully addressed 2. In addition, we found that ORR was not meeting its own monitoring goals. For example, they weren't always notifying providers right away when they found a compliance issue, and they weren't following up to ensure that issues were resolved in a timely way. Our recommendation in this area was fully addressed. I'd like to turn now to the question of what happens to children after they're released from ORR care. In 2016, we found there was limited information on follow-up and services provided to children after they were placed with sponsors. At that time, only a small percentage of children were eligible for post-release services. But as of November 2023, all children and sponsors are to have 3 virtual check-ins to confirm that children are residing with their sponsors, enrolled in and attending school, aware of upcoming court dates, and are healthy and safe. We recommended that ORR develop a process to ensure information on its post-release efforts is reliable and systematically collected, and this recommendation is still relevant and open. ORR has taken some action to revamp its case management system to include tracking of children post-release. Officials have told us that these enhancements will be complete at the end of 2024. This concludes my statement, and I'm happy to answer any questions.